Hey everyone, what's up? How's it going? It's Finite MTG, and today we are back with a Theros Beyond Death Draft League. This is going to be my first recorded one on Magic Online, and yeah, let's dive right into it. Alright, so in this pack, very unexciting rare in the Temple of Malice. You'll play it. I would play it if I'm either red or black. I do like Scrylands quite a bit, but definitely not first picking it. I think I'm just going to snap up this Entrancing Lyre. It keeps me open, which is something that I think is really important. Other cards in the pack, Commanding Presence. I've heard some mixed opinions about this one, but I think it's pretty strong for the most part. Either your opponent has a way to answer it, or they have to maybe start chump blocking, or you make at least a 1-1, so it's pretty easy to get something out of this card. Iroas's Blessing, classic, very good removal spell. Definitely looked like the best red common at the start of the set. And there's also Mischievous Chimera here, which definitely not first picking that card. It's just a bit too far away from what I'd like to do. However, do I want to pick up this Eutropia second? So one of the reasons I don't want to first pick the Chimera is because it's multicolored, and the other reason is if I am picking a multicolored card very early, I want it to be extra powerful to kind of warrant picking it early. And not only is Eutropia extra powerful in my opinion, but it's also in green, and green is a color that can splash pretty easily, so I like that. I could just take the Iroas's Blessing here, but I think it's just less exciting as a card. I already passed one Blessing for whatever that's worth, so there's a decent chance I could be putting someone into red. And yeah, I think I'm just going to take the card that I think is the best here. It's early in the draft, and yeah, we'll see where we end up from there. Okay, getting kind of punished here. Favored of Iroas, that would be a really nice one for the Iroas's Blessing. In this pack, there's really not anything exciting for the blue-green Constellation deck. Looking at Omen of the Forge as potentially a card that could pivot me back into red if that's where I'm supposed to be. I could just take the Favored of Iroas, as it is probably the strongest card in the pack. Stern Dismissal is technically on color with Eutropia, but I don't love that. So if I don't take the Omen, then I'm almost definitely getting a terrible pack 2 in terms of red cards. That said, I think I'm just going to take the strongest card once again. I'm less worried about what's going to happen in pack 2 and more worried about finding the strongest thing to do right now. Interesting. Okay. So this pack seems like it's going to be a little more reasonable to play the Constellation deck, or at least some kind of green deck. Got Voracious Typhon, Omen of the Hunt, and Nessian Wanderer here. So I know a lot of people really, really like this card. I am not one of them. And so my deal with this card is you have a 2-mana 1/3. It has the potential to draw you cards, but the only cards it can draw you are lands, and you're guaranteed to put any spells you hit on the bottom of your library. So this is good specifically in the early game when you're trying to hit land drops. It's also good if your deck is very mana hungry. Omen, I think, is a card that you would play in your Eutropia decks, but I'm going to take the Typhon. I think it's just a strong 4-drop. Okay, so now got some good cards here, somewhat late as well. Elysian Caryatid, definitely a card that I would play in this deck. However, there's also Pharika's Spawn, and I think that card is pretty good. 4-mana 3/4 can be a bit disappointing for sure, but whenever you get to escape it, there's a lot of value involved there. And I could easily be seeing a 2+ color deck. This is, I think, the second Caryatid we've seen. We just passed a Green Omen, so the fixing is definitely there. I think green is relatively open, at least. And once again, I just think it's the strongest card, so that's going to be reason enough for me to take it here. Yeah. Return to Nature, also a good card. Not going nuts over it, though. Alright, in this pack, we've got 2 Swamps. That's pretty cool. Hateful Eidolon. I think the card has definitely potential upside, but you need to be in a pretty specific place for it to work. Scophos Maze Warden is a card I like quite a bit. I think it's the strongest one in the pack. Unfortunately, we've already passed a bunch of red cards, so taking this now wouldn't really make much sense. So I think that leaves me like Soul Reaper of Mogus or Venomous Hierophant. I have a couple 4s already, so I don't feel like I need another. This is also an enchantment for Eutropia. I think it's just another fine card, so take the Soul Reaper. Not in love with our start so far, but see where we end up. Okay, this pick could take like an Altar of the Pantheon, but I don't like that card very much. Continue to see more red here in the Underworld Ragehound. Say I take the Iroas's Blessing second pick, my draft is easy, red's wide open. But as Ben Stark says, sometimes you guess right, sometimes you guess wrong. By the way, I took the Vexing Gold because Eutropia is a blue card. So now I've got a choice between Return to Nature and Lampad of Death's Vigil. And if we are... we could maybe be... Let's see, like blue, black, splash green. I think that's the only world where we play the Vexing Gold. I think I'm going to take Return to Nature over this Lampad. Maybe the Lampad actually is better. Yeah, let's take the Lampad. Okay, we did get it in time. That's nice. Now we're looking at Nyxborn Marauder, Omen of the Dead, Huntmaster, and Rage-Scarred Berserker. The land Wield, and I would play the land in this deck, but right now I'm just trying to find my lane. So I think the Vexing Goal, even though it is a solid card, is not going to make the cut. So it looks like blue is going to be our splash here. Omen of the Dead I think is totally fine. Again, a Constellation trigger. I do like these other black cards too, but I'm going to start with this one. Okay, I don't think this card is spectacular, but I think this is the deck for it. Kind of green-black with some graveyard and enchantment synergies going on. So yeah, let's take the Binding, move along. Next up, Nexus Wardens pretty easily. It's not a card I'm in love with, but it's a card we can play. And yeah, this deck is starting to take shape here. Another Soul Reaper is playable, not exciting though. And a third Soul Reaper, I think I'm going to take the Libation. I don't love this card, I think it has potential, but it's going to start in the sideboard for me. And I actually like passing spells like that last pick, even a playable one like the Cyclops. Whoa, okay, well we got rewarded. Alright, I'll take it. So yeah, one of the reasons to pass that Cyclops is because it's not going to benefit our deck in any way. We're extremely low % chance to play against someone from our pod, so might as well just go one step further to show red is all the way open as we get to slam this nice mythic, and we are looking to splash blue in our Golgari deck, so yeah, this is perfect. Okay, this pack, not so perfect. Good red and white cards for sure. First two uncommons there, Omen of the Forge, I like those. Might be taking a Loathsome Chimera. It's a bit of an early pick to spend on it, but it's not awful. Otherwise, there's Funeral Rites. Card I think is totally acceptable. Let's take a look at our curve here. Got a number of 3s already. I think the Loathsome Chimera is fine. It's pretty sad to take it this early. We do have some graveyard synergies. I think I am going to take it though. As much as I am not excited about the pick, I think it makes sense. Alright, now we have Caryatid, and we have definitely some reasons to splash blue, so fixing is going to be a priority from here on out. I think there are plenty of cards that will fix mana for us, so it shouldn't be too troubling. We can pick up an Altar maybe on the wheel if we need to, but for now let's just take this Caryatid. Alright, in this pack, nothing super exciting. There are a couple options. There's Venomous Hierophant and Nyxborn Marauder. Could take like a Setessan Skirmisher if we really needed 2 drops. Even though we do have an amount of enchantment synergy, I'm just going to go with the Hierophant. Death Touch allows it to trade up, and it's easier to cast. Alright, so we're looking at another pack without really anything exciting. I think this time we can We can take a Nyxborn Marauder and it'll be acceptable. The card is better than it looks still. Could take like a Mogus's Favor. I know some people like this card. I think they like it more than I do too. I just feel like we're gonna be able to pick up a Marauder later, but I think Favor is a better card. Ooh, okay. Now this is interesting. So I've got the famous Blight Breath Catoblepus. We've also got Treacherous Blessing. I do really like Treacherous Blessing, but I think it makes the most sense in a red-black aggressive deck. This deck is not aggressive in any way, and it's controlling, and that means it's going to be losing a lot of life to this card, so even though I do like it, I think it's a good Magic card. I think we're actually just going to take this Catoblepus over it. Passing a Temple Thief, not the end of the world. I'd like, I don't know, maybe another Lampad. This deck, I think, would play the 2-mana 1/3 that I was kind of smack-talking earlier and be fairly happy about it. Okay, another Hierophant. That's nice because we did just pass a 4-drop a couple picks ago. Ooh, a couple good cards now. Didn't know we'd be seeing any of those. Voracious Typhon. I think the second one gets worse. I already have Farika's Spawn. I have the Chimera in terms of escape. So a bit of diminishing returns there. I don't have much in the way of removal. So I do like Warbriar Blessing. It's also an enchantment for Eutropia value. So yeah, I think I'm going to take the Blessing here, but in general, I think Typhon is better. We happen to already have a bunch of 4-mana cards and very little removal, so that's the main reason for that. In this spot, so I think Relentless Pursuit is okay. I don't like that the best card in my deck is neither a creature nor an enchantment. Or I'm sorry, it's neither a creature nor a land, which means I'm never going to be able to find it with the Pursuit. The Tower Scout, I think, is okay, and the Physician, I think, is okay. I'm going to take the first Tower Scout over the Physician, but for now it's going to hang out in the sideboard. Could be better than a Loathsome Chimera, something like that. Okay. I think I like Funeral Rites enough to take it here over another Grim Physician. I think this deck would actually be relatively happy playing a Grim Physician just because it does trade with the 2-drops, and that's pretty important when your deck is slow and hoping to go to the late game. But Funeral Rites, I think, is an actively good card. Yes, it does potentially mill Ashiok, but that's just not a very important consideration. Okay. Now I think we can take Nyxborn Colossus over the Grim Physician. Again, these cards are just abundantly available, so I think we can just pick up this big guy here and slot him in. Okay, Skirmisher. Not my favorite card, but definitely a card this deck would consider playing. Just a 2-drop when we don't have very many, and the fact that it can attack for 3 a lot of the time on turn 2. Now, even though I do like the Nyxborn Marauder, I think 2-drops are going to be more important. So Temple Thief, you can hang out in the sideboard, but in a world where we don't get there, yeah, we can play it. All right, some appropriately late Inspire Oz, and ooh, okay, Dryad of the Elysian Grove. Yeah, now this is the kind of card I'm talking about. 1, it's an enchantment, which is really nice in terms of synergy, and 2, lets you go crazy ramping, and even though it does do the really annoying Magic Online thing where it's like you have a Chromatic Lantern in play, when we're trying to splash a couple cards, that's pretty much just what the doctor ordered. So, sorry, Nessian Wanderer. I think you would be pretty good for this deck. Though in general, again, I'm not super excited about the card. But yeah, we're just going to take the Dryad. Ooh, Allure of the Unknown. That is a fun one. I don't think it's a good one, particularly. Few cards for us here. Soul Guide Lantern, a card that I think I would prefer to start in the sideboard, but definitely a card we could play. Also Discordant Piper. We don't really have a way to take advantage of the goat. Moss Viper. Nice rhyme there. That one I think would make our deck probably a lot more often than the whatever it is, the 1/1 that when it dies it gives something -1/-1. Grim Physician. And then Omen of the Dead number 2. I don't think we really care about that. I think I'm just going to take the Soul Guide Lantern. It's a higher rarity card, which means they're not going to be that easy to pick up, and we're almost there on playables. So while I do think a Moss Viper would make this deck better, I think the Soul Guide Lantern can really shore up some tough matchups for us, or just cards that are difficult to beat. Alright, now we're seeing a Drag to the Underworld, which is pretty good. The fact that it gets that mana discount is really nice. It can let you double spell and do that kind of thing. Yeah, nothing else in this pack really that exciting. I think I probably could have had a pretty good red-green deck from this seat. But yeah, I'm just going to pick up this Drag. Move along. Okay, now get to pick up Timoret. That's a really nice one. Gary is a strong card for sure, but this thing is a really good 2-drop. Oh, we're passing the Nessian Boar. I really do like that card, but I prefer it in the aggro decks, specifically like a red-green aggro with a lot of removal. That would be great. But yeah, Timoret, it's got some pips for Erebos. It is a really solid 2-drop. It is an enchantment for the Eutropia, so yeah, I don't think I can afford to pass this one here, but definitely passing some good vibes from this pack. Okay, some medium cards here. Aspect of Lamprey, Nylea's Forerunner. Forerunner might be an improvement over the Nyxborn Cyclops, just because it's so much easier to cast. I could actually see that being the case. An Aspect of Lamprey, I think it's a bit slow, especially for a deck like this. So yeah, let's just take the 5-mana 5/3 Trample. I'm not sure if it'll make the deck or not, but I don't think this card is very exciting for us. Okay, another Catoblepus. That's actually pretty good. Don't think I want more than 2 of them, but I do want 2 of them. They get the Erebos running, which is really nice. It's just a nice 2-for-1, especially in a deck where I don't have a lot of removal. So, happy about that. Okay, now can pick up the first Return to Nature. Surprised we didn't get one before this. Not excited about any of the other cards. I would have liked definitely one more Elysian Caryatid, or even a Green Omen, though Green Omen in this deck is much worse than the Caryatid, I think, just because we're so busy on turn 3 anyway. But yeah, Return to Nature, solid card for us. Alright, now a second Soul Guide Lantern, I think, for the sideboard. Probably makes sense. Hierophant number 3 doesn't have very much value. Mogus's Favor and Relentless Pursuit are not very exciting cards, so yeah. Okay, so now I've got a couple options. There's Moss Viper, which I think is just better for the deck 99% of the time, and then there's Discordant Piper, which is better specifically for Erebos. We're not drawing Erebos every game, so I'm going to take the Moss Viper, and I think it's a card we're actually going to be happy to play in this deck. Alright, we're probably never playing this, but into the sideboard you go. Yeah, never playing any of these cards. I think Wrap in Flames is probably the best against us, for sure. Marauder for the sideboard, maybe. And I guess Aspect is annoying. So yeah, let's take that. And last pick, Wrap in Flames. Okay, this deck is solid. Alright, so group creatures separately. You're kind of a creature. So some cards we're definitely playing look like this. Think definitely the Spawn in the first Hierophant. We'll see about the second. Definitely Timoret, definitely Caryatid. Lampad, I think, for sure. Yeah, I guess this is another one for the the Piper. Down here, definitely playing these guys. These are all pretty medium. I think the Funeral Rites is actually the worst one. I think I have to play both of these. This is definitely being played. I think this is too. I think I like this card in this deck. The first one of these for sure. Almost definitely the second, but we'll take a look. Then these we can move over here for now. Do the same with these. And let's look at the curve. Alright. So I don't think we need the Nylea's Forerunner or the Hierophant necessarily. I think I do like a second Soul Reaper for this deck. And then let's see, Binding. So it mills us 3. It's randomly Escape Hate, which I think is pretty nice. And I just want to try the card to see if it's any good. I don't have much to do on the early turns. Speaking of, Omen of the Dead's 1 mana, but it's not a 1 mana play, so we'll put it like over here or something. I'm not in love with the Setessan Skirmisher, but it might make sense for us to run it. It's got synergy with a number of cards, and it's a 2 mana play, and I think that might be enough. Could play the Funeral Rites. Again, I do think that's a bit greedy. Just the fact that not only I'm taking off turn 3, which is a crucial turn for getting something on the board, but it also loses me life. So I think in general this card is really good. I think if you're playing it, I don't know, turn 6 with your red-black deck, and you're kind of out of gas, and then you play that, and you like mill an escape card, and you draw 1 or 2 spells, you're just in great shape. But again, these controlling decks really are trying to get on the board so they don't die. And yeah, I think, like I said before, fine trying the Skirmisher out. This deck definitely has the potential to go 3-0, but we'll see how it does. How much searching for basic lands are we doing? 0? No Evolving Wilds kind of effect, no Green Omen, so it's just the Elysian cards like I've said before. So I think we can get away with 2 islands in this deck, 4 total blue sources, and yeah, Magic Online agrees. How convenient. 9 swamps to 6 forests. I don't love that, especially because my mana fixing cards are green. So I think I'm going to go 8, 7. And hopefully that'll be good enough. But yeah, I'm excited to try this deck. So far, I've done a couple drafts. They've both been blue-white on Magic Online. And last night I was playing and I beat Amaz, but then I lost to LSV. All in a day's work, of course. But yeah, let's see how this one does. Okay, we lost the die roll, but we have 2-drop, 3-drop, 2 lands, 1 of each color, so we can draw any land and play a couple spells. So I think this is going to be a keep. Okay. Not super excited about that one. Okay. The old green-white no plays for 2 turns. Kind of unusual. Not drawing lands is starting to get a little scary. Either we get a land here or we don't, and we definitely need one. Okay. Siona. Do they hit something? They're taking a second, but no, they did not. Alright. Well, we could just go for the Warbriar Blessing. I think it's a little bit conservative to make that play. I don't think we are guaranteed a block by any means here. So I think our play is going to be attack and then play the Caryatid post-combat. Gotta love when they're, you know, sort of a 2-for-1, like signpost card, doesn't actually get a 2-for-1. Like, they still get to make some tokens maybe, but alright. Yeah, I don't think there's ever a world where they block. Problem is just too many things that get us if they attack, I think. Okay, Heliod's Pilgrim. Not sure what our play is going to be next turn. Mantle of the Wolf. Yikes. So in an ideal world, we could like hold up, drag to the underworld. Okay, gotta take this damage. Swamp. Okay. So now this thing trades for the Heliod's Pilgrim if I am not playing an enchantment, so that doesn't sound great. I don't think I can afford to leave 4 mana up. Just because I don't have any plays if they do nothing. This is actually a really awkward spot. I think I just want to jam the Typhon. It's not ideal, but it does let the Caryatid tap for 2 mana, which is kind of a big deal here. Yeah. Not in love with this. They get to make a 1/1 and put Mantle of the Wolf on something, but I mean the other option is like a Hierophant. That prevents us from taking damage immediately, I guess. Maybe that's not terrible. Maybe that additional mana doesn't matter very much. And actually, it makes the drag cheaper too, so in one way it's kind of like it's giving us mana. So yeah, changed my mind here. We're going to run out this Hierophant. Milled a couple forests and an Omen of the Dead. No attacks here. Yeah. Okay. That is in fact a 6/6. Attacking means they have the combat trick, but I'm okay with that. Yeah. So one option is just taking 6 here, and then we could try to blow them out on their turn with the drag. Like, I know they have the trick, so the question is what's the best play? I think I just want to... Gosh, this is really awkward. I think I'm taking it, as strange as that is. I think I'm just going to take it and hold up drag and hope I draw a land. Okay, well, we didn't draw a land, but I think that's acceptable. So now we're just going to pass. Not even remotely suspicious, I'm sure. So now if they have 2 of the +2/+2 trick, that's going to be kind of annoying. Heliod's Punishment. There's nothing I can really do about that. So, okay. Let's see. So I'm almost positive they have it, but I'm going to go for this here. I think we kind of need to. Yeah. Oh, wow, they didn't have it. So now this means that they don't get an extra 1/1 from the Sentinel's Eyes. I think I have to take this damage too. So now my hope is I draw a land, I play Nexus Wardens and Warbriar Blessing. Yeah, I think I have to take this. This is a strange game. I don't think this thing is going to fall off at a relevant point, but we'll see. Okay, there's the Return to Nature. That's actually pretty good. So that means that I can put this here. I think we're going to fight a wolf. Yeah, and so now we get to have a surprise 3/3 blocker, which hopefully is going to be good enough. I mean, they're down to 2 cards. We got their Mantle off the battlefield. Shadow Spear. Yikes. Well, I guess now we have a new Return to Nature target. Lose Hexproof and Indestruct. Oh, they just clicked the wrong ability. Okay, got it. I was like, huh? Okay, this is an extremely strange play. I do not know what's going on, but I don't care. I'm just going to take my 3 damage, eat your wolf, and kill your Shadow Spear. Are we dead? I really just don't know what the opponent's doing. Yeah, I guess you got me. Now you equip post-combat? They're just clicking the wrong ability. This is very strange. I'm going to kill it. So I don't want it to... I don't want them to figure out how it works and use it to kill me. This thing's going to have to chump block pretty soon. Is there any way we get out of this? I'm not actually sure. Okay, swamp. We need to have multiple blockers as soon as possible. I think we can play the Nexus Wardens because that at least gains us life next turn. This way, yeah, we're not imminently dead. We're just almost definitely dead. So now the question is, how safely do I want to play this? So if they have almost anything, I just die. I guess adding mana is not really relevant at this point. We can't really double spell regardless. I mean, let's see. If we draw Forest, we can go Typhon, which is green, green, black, black, and then we can play this. I mean, we're dying to a trick anyway, so go to 1, I guess. Feels pretty likely that they have something here. Okay. They're like, wow, my opponent really hates blocking, but I think in this spot I'm not supposed to throw this away. Do that next turn. And even if we don't draw the land to double spell, like I was saying, we can still play the Soul Reaper, recoup a little bit of life. Okay, we did not draw the land. Let's see, what can we do here with the Lyre? We have enough mana to tap something down, but I think we just need to play this. I don't think it matters how we tap. Yeah, so Constellation, choose not to lose the game, more or less, and then now we might actually have a chance. The Heliod's Punishment's about to fall off, but remember, I have to tap this to make this fall off, which means, let's see what they do here. No attacks. All right, so I guess we win. I mean, I don't want to go nuts, but yeah. Okay. So now, unfortunately, can't do anything too crazy. We can play these 2 cards, which is pretty good. I think that probably wins me the game if I just do this. So this gains me another 2 life. Yay, Nexus Wardens, go! And then we play the Entrancing Lyre. Suddenly we're fairly stable here. There's probably still some kind of combat trick that gets us. We have 1, 2, 3 black pips. Okay, Loathsome Chimera. Do we care about that? Probably not. Probably just Lyre that. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna tap it down with Lyre. Not really in a hurry here. Once we can get the Erebos going, again, we do need one more Black Pip. Let me make sure there's nothing relevant in the graveyard. No, it doesn't look like it. So yeah, I guess right now, let's just try to do this. There's probably, I guess there's the +1/+2 that they can have, so we'll tap 5 mana. It still leaves us mana to sack if we need to. Yeah, I think we're in pretty good shape here. Let's just draw like Ashiok. That'd be good, right? Sentinel's Eyes. You got it? That can bounce off my Nexus Wardens. No attacks? Darn. Okay. Okay. Ooh, Dryad. That's pretty good. So what do I want to do here? How am I going to win the game? Dryad doesn't really change anything here. So I guess I'm just playing Erebos. Go up to 7 life, and then once we find any black card, we should just be in great shape. Like Catoblepus at this point, we have 6 mana, I think. Yeah. So Typhon of their own, sure. Sure, I think we're going to choose not to use the Lyre. Actually, you know what? I think I will. Whatever. Okay, Forest, sure. So it looks like I have mana to tap this thing down and play Dryad. Alright, they finally responded. Or yielded, I should say. Now I can dump this Dryad into play. If we're willing to pay the life, we can start turning creatures into divinations with the Soul Reaper and the Erebos. I think we just pass here. No attack with Loathsome Chimera. That does not seem correct to me. Okay. Choose not to untap. You can play the Typhon. Typhon and then sack the Caryatid maybe and draw 2 cards. That seems pretty good. Oh no, here we go. Chromatic Lantern begins. I actually need to watch my clock. I don't want to go nuts here. Okay, play this. Tap this for... Oh, it just doesn't matter how I tap things. Right. Tap like this, and I think we're just going to sack... This doesn't do... No, I guess it's my blue mana source right now. They both are, though. Whatever. I don't think I care about this. So we'll sack this. I'm going to draw a couple cards. Yes. Okay. Okay, there's a Catoblepus. And that means that Erebos is going to start chonking in as of next turn. And yeah, I think I like where we're at. That is a flyer, technically, but we have reach, so it doesn't really matter too much. Alright. Okay. Yeah. Now trying to see exactly how fast I can do this. It's actually pretty difficult with the the Dryad. Doesn't really matter what we kill. I'm gonna kill this. And then Erebos attacks, of course. And actually, I think we want to play land, too. This Nexus Warden really has done a lot of work. Nessian Wanderer. See if it does anything for them here. This is just a Chimera from the graveyard, looks like. Sure. Yeah, this game's going to be tough to win with really no evasion, but a 5/6 indestructible and Planeswalker in the back should be good enough. Okay. Yeah. Not drawing a whole lot here. I guess this can attack. This can attack too. Sure. Yeah, let's draw a card. Okay. Now let's try to do this relatively quickly. For others. You. Land. Go. They're pretty much dead to Lampad now. Not sure I want to sacrifice 8 creatures here, but just see what happens. I think we can attack with almost anything. Okay. Another one? Sure. Not going to say no. Yeah, I don't even know how many things I'm tapping. Kill this, I guess. And they should just be dead. I'm not going to right-click attack all LOL-GG, but I will go most of the way there. Yeah. They're just taking a ton of damage. Oh, they conceded. Makes sense. Okay. So they're green-white aggro. Sure. They showed me the Chimera. Moses' favor is good against the Chimera the first time and then not really after that, which is awkward. Maybe we want Chimera of our own? A little unclear. This might be good. Can try to get them in response to something. Like in response to a mantle, that'd be insane, right? Don't love any of the other cards. Yeah, I don't think I like any of the other cards enough, except for maybe the Loathsome Chimera. So this thing, I think we got pretty lucky to win that game, but it wasn't like outrageous or anything. Maybe we take out Omen of the Dead. It's a little slow in this matchup. I think I like everything else. Take out maybe a Catoblepus for like a Loathsome Chimera. I didn't have much in the way of evasion. Man, the Nexus Wardens really proved its worth that game. I think I'm going to run it like this for now. Maybe this is better to play. Yeah, actually, you know what? I think surviving until turn 6 is... At that point, it's kind of trivial how the game proceeds, so yeah, just put in another cheap card. Okay, we can start with Erebos, which means we're not gaining the life from Nexus Wardens, but I think this is actually just a fine hand from our deck. I would like to draw Ashiok this time, though. They're up to 41 cards? Okay, it's not absurd, I guess. Nessian Wanderer, okay. Yeah, so we would gain life with the Nexus Wardens if we play the Timuret after, but as is, we're already effectively gaining a life because we can block the Nessian Warden here. Sure, well, never mind. Can no longer block it. This is a really good card in terms of letting you keep like a 2-lander. So I do like that about it, I think. Ooh, Farika's Spawn. I like that one. Hopefully Timuret's going to be able to eat the Sentinel's Eyes at some point in the game. But yeah, just passing here, of course. Hope they don't put the Heliod's whatever on that. But I guess that would be less bad than putting it here. Okay, Pilgrim. Gonna find Mantle of the Wolf, maybe? Currently, we do not have a way to deal with that, so that would be pretty ugly for us. Yeah, makes sense. So if they put it here, then the creature has 8 toughness. Okay, they're diversifying threats, which I think is good for me. Right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 power, so not even a triple block could get through there. Okay, Erebos is definitely something. Hopefully it'll be good enough. Okay. Might just be taking a hit for 6 here off the Mantle of the Wolf. Revoke existence on Timuret. That's pretty annoying. Okay, and a Heliod's Punishment there. So they get to hit me for 2 right now. We do gain some life with Erebos. Ooh, actually Erebos sacking this is pretty nice. I think we are going to be in rough shape though. Let's see, how can we do this? So, trying to figure out if there's some efficient way to play these cards, but I don't really think there is. I guess maybe if we play Binding. There's nothing with that cheap of an escape cost in our deck, though, unfortunately. So I guess we're actually just playing Erebos and getting ready to take 6 damage. Yeah, I still need to play faster. That's eventually going to be a problem. Mantle there. Okay. Attacking with both. I guess there's no reason not to. Okay, Typhon. Doesn't quite give me multi-block. Man, missing triple green is actually pretty rough. I just play this. Our plan here is actually to sack the whatever this is, the Farika's Spawn. Sack it here. Ooh. Yuck. Okay. Well, we can still try to kill this thing, actually. We need them not to have anything here. But But if we go to blocks, we can put this here and this here, and then we can give -2, -1, turning this into 2/5. Now we have 5 power in front of it. I'm not sure if we can afford to draw a card. But I do think we need to make this play. I think it's a little too greedy to draw a card, so no. Yeah, so it looks like we got him, which is pretty nice. They did not, they absolutely did not need to make that play, so that worked out. Okay, and nothing. So we'll tap blue mana. I don't think it matters. Play the binding, gain some life, mill some stuff. Pharika's spawn is on the way. Unfortunately, it's not coming this turn. Yeah, because we're a mana short. So now we'll play the Skirmisher. And this is 4, 5, 6, 7 power, so technically we could go for a triple block. Let's play the land. I'm not sure triple blocking is going to be our plan, but we'll see. They could go for the eyes. Yeah, it looks like they are going for the eyes, which makes sense. Definitely makes sense. So I guess now we're sacking the Setessan guy. And I think at this point we're good to gain life. Or, oh, I said sacking it, but yeah, no, we don't need to sack it. Just let it die. Yes, we'll draw a card. Ooh. Dang. So we can't do that, unfortunately. Makes sense. Exile, let's see. Chimera and Transcendent Envoy. Now time for a Pharika's spawn. Exiling you, and you, I guess. Oh, now we get to get the Cataplepus back with the binding too. That's pretty good. So they make a couple 2/2s, but those are relatively small here. Yeah, I think we're actually in pretty good shape. I could have attacked with a 4/4. I wasn't feeling that aggressive. Yeah, this is actually starting to look like a really not impossible game for us. So they can put eyes on 1, they can put both on 1, and then I still have the 5/6, which blocks it. Yeah. Could have the +2/+1. Okay. Dawn Evangel. Whenever a creature dies, return to a creature card. Okay, they just don't have any cheap creatures though. It doesn't matter. Yeah. So looks like we're in pretty good shape to me. Oh, there's the Ashiok on top of it. Yeah. Looks like we're in pretty good shape to me. So now let's just dump the Ashiok into play. Boop. And let's plus. Now we have 3 black symbols, so the Cataplepus is going to turn Erebos into a creature. We've got the Return to Nature at the ready. We don't need to attack yet. And yeah, looking good for sure. Typhon, okay. Not too scary. They don't really have enough stuff in the graveyard to use it yet. And we can just kill it right now anyway. Oop. just plus Ashiok again. And that player exiles a card from their hand. Okay, so that would be one way to get rid of the Typhon Forever in another world. And the opponent had enough. Okay, well, this deck is pretty effective, I guess, if I have enough time. Alright, round number 2. Alright, round number 2. I'm going to play first. This hand is a little bit ugly. Got the 3 lands for the Soul Reaper. I don't know if we can keep it, though. I don't think we're going to be able to play these cards often enough. So unfortunately, I think this is actually a mulligan. This one's better somehow. Guess we can pitch this island. Yeah. Okay. Start with Swamp because we do have the Timuret in the deck. Okay. Play the Skirmisher, try to get some attacking going. Red, black. Yep. Moss Viper, interesting. I think my play here is just play the Caryatid, and I'm going to try to block and trade for the Rage Hound and then Omen of the Dead it back. Maybe I don't even Omen it back. It's not a very strong card, so I guess I don't need to. It kind of depends how their turn looks here, I guess. Classic attack, unattack, attack again. Timuret calls the dead. Yeah, I mean, let's see if they hit here. They hit a blessing. Okay, so they've only shown me good cards. I do think I am actually going to use this Omen. Return to nature now. I think that's good enough to burn it here. Yeah, I think it's good enough to use here. Otherwise, I could just like exile the Rage Hound or something. But yeah, right now this is looking like a very difficult game to win. They're up so many cards, and we just can't really do anything exciting for a long time here. So hopefully they're not going for like a +2/+0 enchantment. Nope. Put a stop on upkeep just in case for this thing, but I don't think that's the plan. Okay, that's pretty good. The binding is actually looking pretty impressive here. So unfortunately, it's going to be a little too slow to get the Rage Hound if they're reading their cards, which I imagine they would be. Oh, Phoenix of Ash. Well, maybe we can exile that one instead. See if they hit a mountain here or not. Oh, they did hit the mountain. Phoenix is coming. That's annoying. Yeah, you got it. Okay. So this probably means they have like a 4/5 or something in hand, something bigger. Let's see. So go to draw step. There's Erebos. So we're going to exile definitely the Rage Hound, and I think the Timuret. I mean, that plays around Ephemia, but I'd rather play... They could have like a Black Omen here. That would be annoying. Let's just hit this Scophos War Leader guy. I think I want that thing gone most. But yeah, I think we're in a lot of trouble here. They could just Black Omen in response, Wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, looks like it too. Dang. Okay. So we don't get the life. They do get the value off of their Omen. Not really sure if I'm supposed to purposefully exile a worse creature, though. Seems a little silly. I don't think I am, because either they have Omen there, or if they draw it later, then it's just good for me. So, 4 mana. Really need a Typhon off the top. Okay, they're just dropping the War Leader here. Yep. Yeah, we do get to replay this Moss Viper, which that didn't make sense on their part, making that trade, like, and giving me the Moss Viper back, but I'll take it. Okay, now we get to crack the Omen, end a turn here. But our life total is definitely in jeopardy. Whoops, I don't think we have a particularly good chance of winning this game. You can just pump the Phoenix twice here. We take, what, 7? They're sacking Omen. Yeah, that's smart. What does Catoblepus do for me here? Like, it answers this temporarily. I don't know if that's good enough. So let's scry before we choose whether or not to block. Could lose the game to like a red Omen if we double block. Bottom both, I think. Yeah, I just don't think that's good enough, unfortunately. So this looks like a matchup for the graveyard hate cards. This is really tough. I think I do double block here. And yeah, I think I'm going to try to draw 4 from Erebos, or pay 4 life to draw 2, I should say. Oh, they have something? Oh no, they're just pumping. Okay. Yeah, I think I have to pay the life. And I'll do it one more time. I think I'm just dead. I think I cannot survive. Mire Triton. Yeah, I mean, this card's stupid. And the fact that they hit the mountain to escape it in time, that was like my only out. But even then they had the Omen, so they could have omened it back in response. Yeah, it's a tough one. There's nothing I can do here. So yeah, let's scoop it up. No need to show them Ashiok and our other blue card, Eutropia, which has not made a single appearance yet. So yeah, it looks like Soul Guide Lanterns belong in this matchup. Not sure if this, if the binding is good enough. Felt like it helped them. So no to that. This thing, is it good enough? It kills the 3/1 the first time. What else did they show me? Really only stuff that was bigger. I guess Libation's probably good. I assume we want 2 of these. Don't think we want anything else in this matchup. Except for, is this thing too dorky? I'm not sure. So we have to make a couple cuts. Once again, Catoblepus feeling a little too slow. The second one, at least. Maybe even the first. Actually, yeah, I could see the first being too slow. Really don't want to cut it, though. I'd rather cut maybe an Omen of the Dead. Maybe Erebos is no good in this matchup. Actually, yeah, I think I could see that. Unfortunately, we just don't have the life to work with, and cutting a Catoblepus, it's already not going to be a creature a pretty high percentage of the time. Okay, this hand looks pretty good. Okay. Do I want to draw lands? I'm not even sure if I do. this stop off. Oh, I played the wrong land there, technically. I don't think it really matters, but for the record, played the wrong land. Because I do have Timuret in the deck. I think I'd still rather play the Caryatid at that point. I think I'm playing Eutropia here. I'm going to start trying to get some value from that. So yeah, if we draw a land and they don't kill it, kind of a lot to ask, I guess. Wonder if this is... Phoenix is double red, yeah. So not Phoenix yet. It's a 2/3, you got it. You have to attack. What? Not attacking there? That doesn't make sense to me. But I'm happy about it. So I could play Nexus Wardens and trying to start getting value from gaining life. Or I could go for like a Soul Reaper. I think I do want to play the Nexus Wardens. I mean, you know what? Hitting for 3 is kind of a big deal. And if we get to get the second trigger, then we're turning this into 2 mana. So it's kind of a lot to ask. But I think I want to play the Soul Reaper. There is an argument for diversifying threats. I mean, maybe it's just better to play the Nexus Wardens. I really am not sure. They could have like a Blessing of Iroas. What is this? Just gain a life? You got it. Hierophant, okay. War Leader, okay. So another Soul Reaper. I think I play it. Yeah, I think I play it, and then I just hit for 4 with the Eutropia. I can drop the Skirmisher too. Maybe that's bad. Maybe I'm supposed to pump there. Yeah, actually, I don't love this. I think that was a bit too greedy. I'm like playing in a world where my opponent doesn't remove my Eutropia and I draw a land, and that enables the Blight Breath. They're just gaining a life. Yeah. Now we tap this for 2 and play this Dork. Gotten mana screwed a few times with this deck. Kind of surprising. So they attack us for 3. Makes total sense. We're going to take it. Another one. Just an Omen of the Dead. Okay, so nothing too crazy milled. Okay, there's a land. I can't kill the Timuret. I could kill... Yeah, I think killing a Death Toucher is good enough. Because this effectively stops both Death Touchers. And we now have this attack. take 6. Yeah, I think we're in good shape now. Gaining a life. Maybe exiling some stuff? No. Ox of Agonis. Okay. Nothing too great in there. 1 black mana. The life gain is actually starting to get pretty annoying. Okay. So we can get the Eutropia out of Iroas's blessing range. And we can... yeah, I mean, we can sort of do it all here. So we can play Nexus Wardens. Just hit them for as much damage as possible. Play this thing. The 1/4 has a free block on the Rage Hound. They're down to 6 life. Of course, they are gaining life every turn, and we're not exactly an aggro deck, but kind of wish we had the Erebos right about now for multiple reasons. 1, it would be a creature, but 2, Soul Reapers with the Erebos is pretty nice. I think we go for this block. We just take the 4. Next turn we can like block this onto it and then chump, or and then sack to draw. Something like that. Phoenix. Post-combat Phoenix. I guess this does have reach, but they are worried about blocking, I guess. It's interesting. Grim Physician. And, okay, that's pretty annoying. Well, now what? We don't have any enchantments. I don't think we can... I mean, we can afford to play a land, but that's like it. Yeah, I don't love this spot. Can't really attack anything into the Timuret. The only card that gets past 5 toughness is this, and then that's no good, of course. So yeah, just gaining a life, sure. Well, I don't think we had a good attack all either, though I didn't really look. Yeah, I'm guessing it gets in like 3 damage or something very tiny. So I can't sack enchantment creatures and try to get it back, or get them back immediately. Oh, not attacking here. Okay. How much damage have you got for me? Okay, gonna pump again. Nothing else going on. Okay, so now... hate tapping like this. Sack this. Draw a card. Soul Guide Lantern. Okay. Let's try to draw another one. It's not good enough. Okay. Taking 6. So we need an answer to this or we lose. Very soon, too. So I guess we can crack the Soul Reaper. Like now we're really starting to get low on the outs that we could have here. Like Ashiok is an out. What else would an out be? Or what else would be an out, I should say. Kind of wish we had the Dryad, actually, so we could play both the lands. Probably doesn't matter that much. Oh, we do get to tap normally now. It's kind of nice. So yeah, let's just have 3 swamps. Yes. Okay, land does not do it. And I think we need to stop sacking things now. So let's go for Soul Guide Lantern. Unfortunately, we did not hit any of the removal that we were looking for. Exile the Underworld Ragehound. They're going to gain life. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't really matter. Sure. So now, oh, we do have to pay a mana, which means we can't play Ashiok if we hit Ashiok. So I wonder if, okay, Farika's Spawn. Feels like we are pretty dead here. Yeah, there's like nothing that lets us get out of this. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to 1. Lampad. What does Lampad do here? Wait, there's actually a world where we just hit... no, we need to hit more than 2 enchantments, unfortunately. Okay, let's think this over. So, I have to play Lampad, which triggers this. That becomes a 6/6 flyer. So I'll just tap 2 swamps like a regular person. Counter here. And then sack. We can't sack the Lampad though. So we can sack what? Maybe the Blight Breath? Ooh, there's a Timoret. Okay, we might have actually just won the game. That would be insane. So now we put the counter on this. Now we attack for 10 in the air, and then we sack the stuff to the Lampad. Oh my god, I would have bet money we were dead. Sack the Lampad to itself. Style points, and good game. Alright folks, we're going to game 3. That's better than I expected, but we were extremely close to dead there. So yeah, the Soul Guide Lanterns seem fine. Still don't know how we beat that stupid Phoenix. I still think this card is too slow. I think there's an argument for having it on the play, but on the draw, if I'm playing this turn 2, then it's their turn 3, then my turn 3. Never mind. No, I guess technically it's good enough, but only on turn 2. Setessan Skirmishers seemed pretty bad. Don't really know what to do here. Holding the ground isn't the problem, so I think I should cut this, and I think I actually do play this thing. Hopefully it'll be good enough. Maybe I could think about the Blight Breath coming back in. I'm just undoing my sideboarding from before. I don't think Omen of the Dead matters. So I could play these two, I guess. This thing feels so bad against Omen. Guess we do have the Timuret and the double lantern. Maybe the 2-drop's more important when we're on the draw. Do we want a second one? Let's just play the Catoblepus, I think. So yeah, undoing some sideboarding. I think Temple Thief is actually better than the other one. All right, let's run it back. All right, this hand looks keepable, though not amazing. Let's just draw like Ashiok. That'd be good, right? Okay, Swamp. Playing at turn 1 doesn't really matter. It's a bit awkward here that we have so many 3-mana cards. Like, okay, Triton, that's annoying. But if they had Ragehound specifically, well, they're going to have Ragehound now, unfortunately. Okay, Soul Reaper, sure. One turn too late. That card would have been so good before. Part of me just wants to jam the Nexus Wardens. I could just play the Dryad. I think I want to play the Dryad next turn. You may play an additional land on each of your turns. So we're never going to be in a spot at this rate where we can play 2. And I think I'm actually just playing the Nexus Wardens here. Well, I could. If I play Dryad, then I do have Drag available, even if I don't draw Swamp, but I think I just want to gain life. So yeah, my game plan here is they don't kill the Wardens somehow. Okay, Aspect is not too bad. Caryatid and one of these cards. Sure, let's go with Soul Reaper, I guess. Extremely indecisive, sorry. Attack with both, of course. Okay, drew a Soul Reaper anyway. So now I think I play Hierophant, milled few inconsequential cards. Now we have an attempt to eat the Soul Reaper. If we want to do that, we can trade for the Mire Triton if we want to do that. They have a Blessing here to kill the... Sure. Yeah, that's pretty annoying. So now they hit me for 3. Libation. That's not terrible. This is tough too. So I can't play the drag. Does it even matter what I do here? I guess this has a 4th point of toughness, but I also don't want that to die. Yeah, let's just, whoops. Thinking I already had the Dryad in play. So yeah, so this blocks the Mire Triton, so I think that makes sense. Okay, that's annoying. But they're down to 1 card in hand, so this isn't too bad. Farika's Spawn, I do like that. Block. See if they get a Rage Hound back here. Guessing they do. Oh, nope. Okay. So now we can just kill this, then they can't sack and draw a card. That seems correct. Really want to exile their graveyard. 1 card in hand. See if they have the Phoenix. They're just getting a Rage Hound back. Just want to draw a land. Is that too much to ask? Gain your 2 life. Land? No, never lucky. I guess we can still do this. Make you sack a creature. They did go for the Rage Hound, which was exactly the point of what I was doing. So now we get to exile it. Now we draw a card. Okay, and we'll pass. That was, all told, not too bad. Could see like a Timuret here. Timuret would be terrible, because then the Farika's Spawn is gone. Yeah. Yikes. Suddenly I don't really want that 6th land anymore. Yeah, so we just have to keep giving them life forever. I guess not anymore. Yeah, now we're kind of stable, actually. I did this the wrong way. Now I'm going to have to cast a million annoying spells. Exile more stuff, gain more life. That's fine. Their life total is pretty much irrelevant. This is not a racing game. This is all about drawing Ashiok. Going back up to 16 is nice too. Do we draw Ashiok before they draw Phoenix? That is the name of this game. 4 mana. Oh, that's terrible for me. Okay. So I take 2 damage. Good news is if we draw a land, we get to kill this and they don't even draw a card for it. Bad news is that was horrendous for us. We have 1 island left in the deck, which means even if we draw Ashiok now, it's going to be an uphill battle to win this game. So we kill this. It's a 2/2. I think we do this. So yeah, we had Caryatid and Dryad both die. This is getting back a 4/5. Yeah. Yikes. That's bad for me. Everything is, though, in this spot. I have a trade here, but I'm not even sure if I want it. They don't either, though, which is good. But yeah, I think we're dead now. Before we had that out of drawing the Ashiok, but since they killed the Dryad, yeah, it means we need to top deck twice. And yeah, they got the Phoenix all 3 games, so must be nice to them. Oh, what? Oh, I just I just missed the free block. Oh, okay. Well, that was clearly terrible, but whatever. So I somehow need to kill this. Don't really have a way to do that. I guess I don't think I can afford to dork around. Catoblepus. I have 1 of those left in my deck. And then how many other draws do I have that kill it? None, I think. Binding, I think, is not in the deck. I guess Warbriar Blessing kills it. So I guess I actually need to hold this and just hope I draw one of those 2 cards. That was such a bad play, though. That was, oh my gosh, I should be at 14. So let's see. Right now they can pump this thing twice, putting it up to 6 power, bringing me down to 6 life. That's a pretty low life total. Yeah. I think we need to take it, sadly. Yeah. So we take 6. So otherwise we don't have a triple block on this, which I think is pretty important here. Timuret, that's not good enough, I guess. Now this means we can play this and draw a card, and then play Timuret and gain life. Soul Reaper, so hopefully they exile this in response. Gain a life. Yeah, which now means, well, I guess there is no life left to gain with this thing. So we need to draw a card. Timuret. Timuret, you idiot. Okay, I guess we gain 2 life. That's, I mean, we just punched it away 2 life earlier, so that's something, I guess. He has 5 toughness for now, so that's pretty big. Okay. So if they play mountain, this is a forced block, unless I'm going crazy. But I think I just have to make the play regardless. Which is unfortunate because they get to exile it, but we do get to kind of game them here, which is kind of fun. So we sack this, and then they try to exile it from our graveyard, and then we fight over it, which is pretty silly. Slaughter Priest. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's very bad for me. But so is any spell. Entrancing Liar. Wow, that's one of the outs to Phoenix, and I wasn't thinking about that one. So we need 5 mana to dump into this. So yeah, no thank you. I guess they can sack it, but still. This is currently 2. Oh, we have 5 minutes on the clock. Yeah, we might need to hurry up a little bit. Yeah, and neither of us can exile the Nexus Wardens. It's still funny to me. And this can sack creatures and enchantments. Gains first strike. So we're not definitely dead, but we are probably not surviving. Surprised they didn't scry on upkeep. That doesn't make sense to me. Okay, Hierophant. Sure. So what happens if I block this stuff? Give Menace? I have to block, by the way. Interesting. Let's see. So if I double block like this, am I dead? No, I'm not dead. Gets this thing off the battlefield. They can't deal 7 damage. Maybe it's good enough. Sure. So I guess they can... Okay. Yeah, I accept. I don't know why they ordered... Oh, they both die? Oh, they both die. Of course they both die. Yeah, I guess I needed to chump block. But even then... I chump block, and then I have this thing. Or no, I have Timuret. Yeah, no, there's no winning this game. Alright, well, GG's to the opponent. Alright, time for round 3. Let's play first. This is not keepable. This is super greedy, but I'm keeping. I'm keeping the Ashiok too with the Dryad. It's one of these. I guess it's this thing. Yeah. So either I just draw a swamp, which would be nice, or I draw a 3rd land, and I can play either of them regardless off of the Dryad. So definitely relying on the Dryad with this hand, but I think it gives me my best chance to win. Okay, there's the swamp. That's pretty much ideal. Let's see if we can draw 2 lands off the top. So if we draw a land next turn, we can go forest, Dryad, other land. Okay, we're not that lucky, unfortunately. Could play this to ambush my opponent. I think that's bad, so just play this thing. I guess my stuff can't block. That's fine. I can attack for 4. But yeah, 2 lands off the top there would have been ideal. That would have been turn 4 Ashiok. Cannot block. Okay, there's a Eutropia. That's pretty good. Green, blue, black. Pass the turn. Glory Bearers. Nice 2/3. No blocks. Okay, we're getting closer. Part of me wants to return to nature this thing, but I think we can just wait. Not in a hurry. Yeah. Sentinel's Eyes. Yeah, I guess that's fine. I was really hoping the Glory Bearers would attack. No such luck, it seems. I think I'm okay with that. Ooh, Atris. Sure. Okay. I think now that they showed me that, I will give them the land and the Indomitable Will face up and the Commanding Presence face down. I think I'm actually just playing this Omen to make the Eutropia bigger. Yeah, so they took the Commanding Presence. So what happens if we Ashiok here? I don't think it's that bad. I think it's actually pretty good. Okay. I guess spending this on it is terrible. So let's not do that. Okay, cool. So we can play it for 2 reasons now. Yeah, and this thing is not an enchantment, which means we have an extra blocker. So yeah, let's just plus this. Pass the turn. Unfortunately, Omen of the Dead cannot return Planeswalkers from the graveyard to the battlefield, or to our hand, but I think that's fine. So Commanding Presence on Atris, yeah, makes sense. Let's see if they give us any good blocks. Pretty conservative attack considering what's going on here. I think we... Oh, whoops, that one can't block there. I knew that. So I guess Ashiok's going to take 3. We can just pile everything on there. That's not even... No, that doesn't even work. Okay. So I guess we'll do this. Which feels pretty terrible, but I think it's going to be okay. Yeah, I think this is going to be okay. Yeah, they couldn't even kill both. Oh, bronze sword? Okay, I'm starting to think we're actually in good shape now. It's kind of crazy. So we can plus again. We can Omen of the Dead. Put a counter on this thing. Oh, did this attack us? That's kind of insane. Then we can double black, play this, and we get another one. Let's put it here. Yeah. Yep, I think we're in good shape. Hero of the Winds. Okay. Is also okay. So now we've got kind of a fun option here. I don't think that's as good as you think it is. So now we're going to destroy target enchantment. It's a 5/3. Double block this with 3/4s, and we can double block this with 2/4s. I don't think it really matters. Even throw the Eutropia in front of this. Actually, yeah, let's do that. I think the Timuret matters here. Okay, exile some cards. Planeswalkers are fun. I'm having fun, at least. Okay, now we get to -3 on this thing, and then it's gone for good. So no problem. Wait. Oh, they got a card back with the Dawn Evangel. Wow, I didn't think about that. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna do it anyway. Let's play, I guess, this Hierophant. Three swamps, sure. I guess another option is just exiling Atris and Sentinel's Eyes. Not too worried about the Sentinel's Eyes, though, I don't think. Guess I kind of want to crack Omen on upkeep. Look for a way to answer the flyer. Rise to Glory. Okay, it's pretty good. Sure, we'll just do the same thing. Oh, maybe we can trick him here. Let's see if we can trick him. So this one should be face down. We'll see if they did take the 2 cards. Dang, they didn't fall for it. Okay, that doesn't really matter to me. The fact that they didn't play the flyer is very surprising, I think. Okay. I think we can just mill them out here. Sentinel's Eyes and Hero of the Pride right now. And pass turn. Yeah, I don't know how they don't get milled out by these nightmares. Okay. Yeah, and if they play that, it's just gone. Yeah, so I think... Let's kill this for real. Regretting not scrying upkeep here, but I think that's okay. Play the land, I guess. So I can mill them 6, right? So they're almost dead, just to that. Sure. That makes sense. Yeah, that attack does not make sense, though. That's desperation. They're not thinking about that. Okay. So now I get to, like, do this, do this, do this, and just wreck them on blocks here. Oh wait, let's put a damage stop so we can eat the Sentinel's Eyes. We were a mill deck all along. Yeah, let regular damage happen. Now we're gonna eat Sentinel's Eyes, and doesn't really matter what. So now we're gonna scry. Liar seems pretty good here. Don't really need to show them more cards. In fact, maybe we just, like, I don't know, exile their deck. One, two, yeah, okay. All right, well, that was fun. Okay. So we're on the Ashiok Mill plan, the best plan to be on. And they're playing white-black aggro. I think this might be another no Erebos matchup. Try like another Hierophant. Good at answering their bigger creatures. Otherwise, I don't think we really need to make any changes. Maybe a Soul Guide Lantern, actually. Yeah, maybe a Soul Guide Lantern over... yeah, over Omen. I was thinking about the Rise to Glory for that switch. Alright, this is a keep. Hand's not amazing, but trade one of the forests for a swamp and it would actually be pretty nice. Okay. Take this thing off. Whoops. Not put another one on. Take this off too. We're actually going to lead with Skirmisher. It's going to attack as a 3-2 here. I don't want to trade off the Tim just yet. Okay, they could have like a Deny the Divine here. So maybe it's worth playing Liar to play around it. They could also have White Omen. I think blue's their splash, so I'm just going to run this out. Yeah. Nothing? They do have a White Omen. Okay, good thing I made that play. They don't have any good attacks with their thing now. Just going to slam a Typhon here. Next turn we have Liar. We can tap a 1/1 down and play the Moss Viper. Cracking the Omen, sure. That's really not a lot going on there in 4 turns. I think there's a world where this card is not terrible, but I think it's pretty bad most of the time. It'd probably be better as a Temple Thief. If they equip one, I'm going to trade it with my 2/1. No? Okay. Well, now I get to go Liar, tap you down, okay. Kunoros, that's a good card. Guess that's going to get locked down here in a second. Guess I'll play the land. I'm not sure it matters, but we will tap this guy down. Got drag available for 2 mana if we need to do it. I don't know what the deal with the 3 white mana is. Yeah, I think I'm just killing this guy. Nice 2-for-1 there. Just send the 4/4. Rise to Glory. Captivating Unicorn, okay. Yeah, I mean, obviously untapping it didn't tap anything down. So I can trade the 4/4 for 2 tokens, which I don't think is very good. Yeah, so I guess tap down this. I'll offer this trade, which should not be a trade for too long. They'll take it. Okay. Now let's exile their graveyard. Let's do it again. So now we actually want this to trade off even more than before, so it gets 1 card closer to the escape, and assuming they make some kind of attack here. Yeah. Yep. I'm just going to click OK. That's a pretty nice draw. So now if something goes wrong, we can sack our guys. They're down to 11. Might sack one of our guys anyway here. Okay, they're equipping. Doesn't change anything. Yeah, we have 5 power. This is a 2-turn clock. I don't think I have a reason to sack or to untap the Liar. Okay. Play around the Wrath a little bit by not playing out this Hierophant. So I think we're far enough ahead that it doesn't matter. And yeah. Now we can untap Liar, try to go for lethal. Looks like they scooped here because they're a timer system. Alright, so 2-1, a little bit disappointing with that deck. I'm pretty sure my second round opponent is a really good player. They had a very good deck, and I've seen them at the tops of trophy leaderboards before, or at the top of trophy leaderboards before. Once again, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you again soon.